you ready to pop some bubbles? First, we have to make them. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Everyone, hi parents, and welcome to Private Industry Council's after-school program activity session. We are so glad to be able to come before you to do something fun. First of all, I'd like to ask, watching our other activity, we do a lot of fun things, and we'd like you to go on our private industry page and look at the videos that we have set up for you. Also, one thing that I'm going to ask you to do is there is a link for parents to sign in. We're going to ask you to go to that link and click in, and that's very important because it lets us know that our video has been watched, and we need to keep a record of that. So it will be on the YouTube video, so make sure parents that you go on there, click on, fill it out, and send it back. We would greatly appreciate it. So let's get started. How has everyone been doing? Are you still practicing good safety measures? Washing your hands, and the length of that is what? Happy birthday to you 2 times. Have you been using sanitizer? And have you been wearing your mask when you go out? Please continue to practice those safety measures, okay? Great. Okay, so today we're going to do something kind of fun. It's called bubbles. How many times have you gone to the grocery store, and especially during the summer, you say, I want some bubbles, I want some bubbles. Everybody likes bubbles. Bubbles has no age limit. We like them young. Even little babies sit back and watch bubbles and laugh because bubbles are so much fun. They're unique, they're different, and they pop. And so we're going to talk about bubbles today. Let me give you a little information about bubbles, and we're going to do a bubble project today. Bubbles, especially the ones that we're doing today, are made of soap and water. And so what I've done, and I'll explain the dish detergent. Now, this project calls for paper cups, but of course I didn't have paper cups. And I said, I think I could do it with the plastic cups. So I just pulled out my plastic cups, a spoon. I just brought out the whole pack, and I had a few extra, and some food color, because you can color your bubbles, or you could just let them be normal, the normal color that they are. And so I will explain to you a little bit of the chemical process of how we put this together. But let me give you this information. Why is a bubble round? A bubble is round because air spreads as the water meets the air, okay? And the pressure of it forms a round skin, and it creates a sphere. Okay, so the skin of the bubble creates a beautiful color. You ever notice when you blow bubbles and you're in the sunlight, or if you're on the inside, which I don't think it's that good to do, but if you're on the inside and you're blowing bubbles and you look at the light, you can see all types of colors. Also, bubbles help our oceans breathe. And bubbles are produced from running water. And remember I said the pressure of the water and the air, they meet and produce bubbles. Now, some bubbles really do have a popping sound. Like, for instance, there's what's called the wand, that real big, you can get a big one, or you can have the small wand, and you can just blow it, or swing it, and you'll see a long bubble that comes out. Okay, it's full of air, and if you go to pop it, it'll pop. And how many know that's fun? Okay, so and again, bubbles with the atmosphere, the atmosphere okay, and the water merge. That's what creates bubbles. And lastly, if you get a whole lot of bubbles together and they're real tiny, that's what's called foam. So it is bubbles that actually make up foam. So I have a little video set aside for you. So I'm going to ask you to watch that video, and then we're going to come back and do our activity. Enjoy.
Today at the fort, we're blowing bubbles. This is an official summer fun alert. If you've had the chance to blow bubbles at school or in your backyard, then you know that it can be really fun to make them and to pop them. And they're also a pretty cool way to learn some science. First, let's practice blowing bubbles. To blow bubbles, you need two things: bubble liquid, which is mostly made of soap and water, and the stick you blow the bubbles out of, which is called the wand. I'll dip my wand into the bubble liquid and blow, but not too hard. If I blow too hard, then I'll blow the liquid right out of the wand. So I need to blow a steady stream of air through the bubble liquid, nice and slow. And I get a bunch of bubbles. Bubbles are just a really thin layer of soap and water around a pocket of air. If we could cut a bubble in half and look at it really closely, we would see that the bubble is actually made up of layers. There's a layer of water between two layers of soap. It kind of looks like a sandwich. The soap layers are like the bread of a sandwich, and the water is like the sandwich filling. The layers of the bubble surround the air inside the bubble and keep it inside. Water without soap doesn't make bubbles very well because water likes to stick together. Water's made up of lots of little tiny pieces or particles, so small that you can't even see them, but they're there. These particles are attracted to each other, meaning that they're pulling towards each other like magnets, so they stick together. For example, check out this insect. It can walk on top of this pond because the particles that make up the water in the pond are all attracted to each other. They stick together so much that the insect can walk on the water without falling in. The little particles in water are pulled together so strongly that they can't spread out into a thin bubble with air inside. If we tried to blow a bubble with plain water, the water in the bubble would just pull back together into a water droplet. But when you add soap, it helps the water spread out without being pulled back together by making that soap and water sandwich. And then you get bubbles. There's something else special about bubbles too. Bubbles can be lots of different sizes, from super tiny to gigantic. But have you noticed that they're all the same shape? That's right, they're round, just like the wand we used to blow the bubbles. But what would happen if we used a wand that was a different shape, like this one? That's right, it's shaped like a diamond. So what do you think will happen when I blow bubbles from this diamond-shaped wand? Squeaks thinks that they'll be diamond-shaped. Let's try it and see what happens. When I dip the wand into the bubble liquid and blow, the bubbles are still round, even though the wand that I blew the bubbles from wasn't round. It's round because of that water layer, the filling of the bubble sandwich. Even though the soap helps the water spread out into a bubble by making the particles in the water less attracted to each other, they're still a little bit attracted to each other. And when the water particles pull on each other around the air inside, they give the bubble its round shape. So even if our wand has corners, the attraction in the particles that make up water pull those corners out and give us a nice round bubble every time. I guess you like popping of squeaks. Me too. But do you know why they pop? If something breaks the attraction between the water particles that make up the bubble's water layer, like Squeaks' nose or my fingertips, the air is able to get out and the bubble pops. It's a lot like popping a balloon with something sharp. When you poke a hole in the balloon, the air gets out and the balloon pops. When you touch a bubble with your finger, you're basically poking a hole in the bubble. So, do you want to pop some more, Squeaks? Okay, let's head outside and blow some more bubbles. Thanks for joining us. If you want to keep learning and having fun with Squeaks and me, hit the subscribe button and we'll see you next time here at the fort.
Welcome back, boys and girls and parents. Did you enjoy that video? Wasn't that great? It's a lot of fun to learn about bubbles. So let's go into our activity. As I said, this time I just have a cup of water, and I have an extra cup here. Now, honestly, for this activity, if you're using this type of cup, well, and actually paper too, unless it's a very small, maybe a 3 or 4 ounce paper cup, you've got to have your parents, okay, to do this for you. And parents, you can actually do this a little bit before. What I'm going to do is cut down about halfway in the cup. And let's see if I can get it. Hopefully, I can get it a little even. And I'm only doing this, parents, because I don't have a smaller cup. But it kind of makes it a lot of fun. Okay, so here you have the bottom of your cup, because this may be about all you need. But then I have a larger one too. I kind of want to show you later. Okay, so now what the parent has to do to either the paper or the styrofoam, it doesn't matter. You have to put just a little hole. I don't know, okay? To put a little hole there, and you probably need to put a little tape. I'm going to see if this straw, I'm going to take this straw, because this is my finished product here. I want to show you, and it was so much fun. Okay. So you're going to stick your straw, and inside we're going to put the scissors away. Again, young people, this is for your parents or grown-up or teenager to do. I don't want you to do that, okay? I'm going to set it in here. And like I said, you're gonna probably need to put a little tape. I'm not going to put too much because I'm not going to put that much water in. So get some soap, and I'm going to tell you, you can really go to the dollar store and use some cheap soap. And you want to fill it up, just your bottom. I don't want to fill it up like that, okay? Let's see, okay. And you're gonna take your water, and you're gonna put about 2 teaspoons. Okay, I have to hold it back some, okay. Now, this is the result of it. Hello, we've got bubbles. Isn't that great? Now, I'm going to try it on, I made a taller one, okay? Now, what I want to do is add a little food color. And as I said, you really do need a little tape around there. Okay. And I'm going to stir this up a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I'm going to stick this in. Are you ready? Can you see? We have green bubbles. Green bubbles. Now, honestly, this detergent is blue, okay? I don't know if I stick I don't know if this will change. Hey, what the heck? We could try. We could do a little experiment here. Stir it up a little. Are you ready? I'm gonna stick it back in. Ready? And we've got yellow bubbles. Yay! So So that's our experiment today with making bubbles. Like I said, it will actually absolutely come out better if you have a paper cup, but because I didn't have any paper cups, I decided to use the plastic, which are good, but make sure you have some tape and you can put the tape around the opening and blow away. So kids, make sure you have your parents with you and blow those bubbles on. Thank you. Have a great day. Don't forget, parents, please go to the video, open up that link, and please sign it and let us know if you enjoyed our video, and open up the link and let us know that you were there. We definitely thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy your activity. Make sure you have a parent with you. And until next week, have a great day and be good. Bye-bye.